What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erika Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. President Tsai has met with a Lithuanian delegation led by Parliamentary Speaker Victoria Shmelte-Nielsen. Shmelte-Nielsen says Taiwan and Lithuania are important partners in promoting democracy and human rights. She and President Tsai exchanged views on regional security in the Indo-Pacific.
我要感谢立陶宛对台湾的重视和支持，也要特别谢谢西米利特议长以及立陶宛政府多次公开支持台湾的国际参与。
Taiwan's presidential candidates have had a busy weekend on the campaign trail. John Van Trieste gives us a look at the latest.
Welcomed with fanfare, presidential candidate Ko Wen-je opens a local campaign office in the northern county of Miaoli. He's here to back his Taiwan People's Party's candidates for local office. But local matters aren't what has reporters' attention. The big question here is whether Ko will team up with someone else, perhaps the main opposition Kuomintang's Hou You-yi, to pull support in what could become a tight four-way race. So far, attempts to get talks moving haven't gone anywhere. But Ko says that doesn't mean they won't eventually.
这也是一个办法的，当然这样的有困难的先 hold 住嘛，可以解决的先解决，这也是一种策略。
If there are plans for cooperation, Hou You-yi didn't mention them at his latest big campaign event. Instead, he focused on policy, promising changes to the pension system that would be to the advantage of soldiers, police, firefighters, teachers, and other public employees. And he took aim at the China policy of his ruling Democratic Progressive Party rival Lai Ching-te.
尤其赖清德公然说支持台独万岁，台独的务实工作者，你不是要引战，你不但我们要备战，最重要不能引战，麦哥底下骗了，你骗了选票。
For his part, Lai Ching-te focused on the southern city of Tainan, where he used to be mayor. He hit out at rivals who support the One China principle, saying accepting Beijing's claim to Taiwan won't bring peace. He also said his party needs a legislative majority to keep up progress in Taiwan's efforts to build its domestic submarine fleet. And he talked up his party's achievements in the 8 years it's held the presidency.
日本的公司拢来台湾投资，什么原因呢？因为台积电半导体产业伫台南投资，台积电按5奈米。 咱真用心甲清楚解决用水的问题，解决雅士的问题。
One of the biggest questions in this campaign season is whether the election will turn out to be a three-way or a four-way race. Electronics tycoon Terry Guo is gathering signatures in an effort to get on the ballot as an independent. His possible candidacy is in the spotlight again, amid news that Beijing is investigating the company he founded for suspected breaches of Chinese law. But his camp says that the investigation won't affect Guo or his campaign.
郭董从4年前就交出经营权，那都没有去开董事会，今年更是把挂名的董事都辞掉。
Though fewer than 100 days remain before Election Day, there are still big unknowns. Big questions like who might ally with whom and how many candidates will make the ballot are still impossible to predict, meaning voters can expect the final stretch of campaigning to be a busy one. Joseph Wu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Shares in Taiwanese electronics giant Foxconn slumped by as much as 3% on Monday over reports it is under investigation in China. It comes after Chinese state media said that the Fortune 500 company is the subject of a probe into its tax and land use. Foxconn is best known for assembling Apple's iPhone and has large operations in China. The company has responded to the investigation by saying it prioritizes legal compliance in its businesses everywhere. It comes just months before Taiwan's presidential election, where Foxconn founder Terry Guo hopes to run as an independent. Residents of Taiwan's southern city of Kaohsiung were surprised to see military vehicles on some major roads, including tanks. The military is holding drills that test the readiness of the country's ground troops. These drills used to take place annually, but it's been 6 years since they were last held. The exercises will see 2 brigades, a red team and a blue team, practice attacking and defending parts of the country in a mock conflict. Taiwan's defense ministry is investigating whether a civilian boat was damaged in artillery tests. The whale-watching boat was hit by an unknown object off the coast of Yilan County in Taiwan's northeast. Taiwan's military was testing dummy mortar rounds near the area at the time, but says the boat was outside of the designated danger zone. None of the 34 people on board were injured, but railings and glass on the vessel were damaged. The ministry is looking into the source of the damage.
它的栏杆是不是会因为东北季风很大，漂流木、顶浪泡上来打到之后，这个也是有可能等等的事件，我们都是不排除的。
The Taipei Grand Mosque held a charity drive for Palestinian victims of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Bing Wang was there.
10-year-old Ryan is writing letters to Palestine. He's from Jordan, but has been living in Taiwan most of his life. He's writing from the river to the sea, a popular but controversial Palestinian political slogan. Although he's young, his parents have taught him about the Palestinian struggle for a homeland. And now he spends his time at school raising awareness of the ongoing conflict between Hamas and Israel. Ryan is one of 60,000 Muslims in Taiwan. He and hundreds of people are attending a charity drive here at the Taipei Grand Mosque, where the proceeds will go to people in the Gaza Strip.
We hope that with this kind of event, our Taiwanese brothers and sisters can also understand that we have a group of people who are supporting the people in Palestine.
On October 7, the Palestinian militant group Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, killing around 1,400 Israelis. Israel responded with airstrikes on the Gaza Strip, which have reportedly killed more than 4,000 people. There are only 32 Palestinians in Taiwan, mostly students, but the Muslim community here wants to offer their support to those in Gaza.
It's all about politics, and it has nothing to do with Islam or Jewish people or Muslims.
We are here just praying for them, and of course that's the least we could do. And for us, I think, as human beings, that's the least we could do.
The charity drive ended with a prayer for the Palestinian people and peace in their region. Taiwan's government has offered Israel support, even lighting Taipei 101 with the Israeli flag. But from this charity drive, it's clear there's also support for Palestine in Taiwan. Devin Tsai and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
The 4th Asian Para Games have officially kicked off in China.
我宣布，杭州第4届亚洲残疾人运动会开幕。
Taiwan is sending 94 para-athletes to the competition, playing in 14 sports. They joined 3,000 athletes from around the world competing in over 500 events. In the last Para Games in Indonesia in 2018, Taiwan took home a total of 25 medals. The Para Games follow the Asian Games, which wrapped up in Hangzhou earlier this month. A mass wedding in southwest Taiwan has allowed older couples to publicly celebrate their love for the first time. Reese Ayers has more.
Walking down the aisle, dressed in traditional red wedding garb, this couple in their 90s are finally holding the wedding ceremony they couldn't afford 70 years ago. Several older couples renewed their vows at a mass wedding in Taiwan's southern county of Tsai. The event took place one day before the double 9th festival, the 9th day of the 9th month of the lunar calendar. It's a time when many celebrate elders in their communities. The 1950s and 60s were a time of hardship in Taiwan. For couples wishing to tie the knot back then, lavish weddings weren't really an option.
你看即摆因的孙啊，也是讲因的祖囝吼，啊结婚的时候，哇，结婚的时候结婚都无共吼，那请他讲水，这个活动可以让结婚可能一家子，那或者50年或者70年，大家一个请一间婚纱吼，讲起来那个是非常高兴的一件事。
Decades in the making, and surrounded by friends and family, these senior couples can finally have the wedding of their dreams. James Lin and Reese Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally today, we leave you with images from a drone-like performance in New York City's Central Park. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.